Hi, welcome to another episode of Let's Go Caching. I'm Kendra Perrin.
And I'm Derek Perrin.
On today's episode, we'll be out in the field hunting two caches here in Corpus Christi. The first one is GC172PX and then GCHBQA.
Well, Kendra, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
We've seen you out in the field on a couple of shows. We're glad to have you in here, being kind of co-host or dual host or however we're going to work this out. Tell me a little bit about what you brought to the studio and what we have on our desk here.
Okay, these are some items that we're going to use to make some brand new geocaches to put out in the field. And I'm going to tell you about them, but first, let's take a look at how you did in the field.
All right, let's go caching. Hey, we're out caching in Corpus Christi, and today we're on the look for GC172PX. It's somewhere out here in this bush, is what it looks like, so let's go caching. Well, we've traveled a little bit of distance from the car, probably about 300 yards, and we are getting into the brush here. Before coming out, we took a look at Expert GPS, and it showed that there weren't any real travel lines or any paths around here, so we're going to go ahead and start bushwhacking. And pretty much what bushwhacking is just going into the brush and going over brush, through brush, and finding the cache. So let's go. Well, we've gotten within about 30 to 40 feet from it as per what the GPS says. So we have this vast area that we're going to start looking at. In most low brush areas like this, we start looking at the bases of trees and go up from there. This geocaching container on the website showed to be a large or regular size geocache, so it should be pretty easy to find, except in the springtime the grasses have grown up and we're gonna have to weed through a little bit of that. So let's go searching. All right, well, looks like we found the cache. So here it is. Oh, it's an old look Folgers can that's been spray painted green. Like most things in the Corpus Christi area, it does corrode and rust. Whoever created the cache went ahead and put everything in Ziploc bags because I guess they know that the cans here do rust and leak pretty good. So let's go ahead and sign the log. Looks like the first time find was on 10/31. That'd be Halloween. The grass was a bit wet this morning. I'm completely soaked up to my knees. Thanks for the cache. Okay, make sure with the log that you go ahead after you sign it, zip it back up, make sure it's going to stay nice and dry. That one has been well taken care of. Now let's take a look at what we have in the goodies here. Looks like our local university, Texas A&M Corpus Christi College of Science, has dropped off some brochures if you want a GIS degree. You kind of want to take geocaching to the next level and get paid for using GPS systems. We have a koozie. Oh, looky here. Good old George Washington. That's real geocache. Load everything back in. See that this lid does have a little nick in it to where water and bugs and stuff can get in. So what we're going to do is notate that on the log, and hopefully somebody can come out and replace the lid. Always make sure to place the cache back where you found it. Well, we just signed the log and put the cache back where it needs to be. We're going to start heading back towards the car, and this is the point where we usually find the trail heading right back to the parking lot or wherever we were. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's the case this go around. So it looks like we're back to bushwhacking. Let's go.
Welcome back to the studio. Good job on your find, Derek.
Thanks. It wasn't that difficult of a cache to go looking for. We just figured we'd give the viewers something else to see in Corpus. That I had to do a little bit of bushwhacking to get out there to it, but spring grasses haven't grown up too high, and it was a nice quick find. Didn't have to hike too far and was able to find it. So let's get on with the questions. Tell me a little bit about the containers you brought to make geocaches out of.
Sure. I have a variety of sizes. First, we have a small cache container. It is waterproof, and it won't hold a lot of swag, but it will hold a few travel bugs and a logbook and the important components. Also, it's see-through and kind of brightly colored, so I have some camouflage tape we can wrap it up in.
All right, that's a pretty good idea. Now, I haven't seen this one out in the field. I've seen ammo canisters that look the same, but it looks like we have a plastic version of it. What have we found here?
Yes, I was very startled to find this because it does look surprisingly like an ammo can. This is a sports utility box. Has a latch just like the ammo cans. It's also waterproof.
And I see that it has a lifetime guarantee and it's made in the USA. Where could we find one of those?
I found mine at Academy.
All right, that's a good place where we find a lot of our extra little odd and ends to make caches out of. I think you said before the show that's where you got the little small clear container in your camouflage tape.
That's right.
You drinking a lot of water these days? With the...
I thought that these would make a unique cache. They seal up tight and they would hold quite a bit of swag as well as...
And you kind of have a handle that you could tie it off to a tree or something like that, so
Sure.
It wouldn't float away in a flood or anything like that. So that's a unique canister, and thanks for thinking of that, because amazing thing is with geocaching, everybody's so innovative and wanting to make different caches and containers, and you can pretty much use anything that's, I guess, airtight or watertight. You can make a good cache out of. I guess before I go into the rest here, know that you went out on a cache this week. Let's go take a look at that. Let's go caching.